friends, thank you so much for joining me again for another Yin Yoga flow. We are going to be focused on the spine today and also just getting ready for bed and letting go of the day. So grab maybe a tea, light an incense or some candles, your blanket and bolster or pillow, and I will see you on the We're going to start our practice today in a comfortable seated position, and we are just going to sit in quiet contemplation for a few moments and just let the stress of the day wash off of us and just try to arrive. So we'll just get into a comfortable seat and we will take a few moments in just silence, and then we'll begin working with the breath a little bit. So just sit up straight and get lost in your breath. So we are going to begin doing some alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to take our index and ring finger and put them in between our eyebrows. And we're going to use our thumb and our ring finger to block off each nostril. So we'll begin inhaling with our ring finger plugging our right nostril. And so inhale and hold. Release your right nostril and plug your left nostril with your thumb and exhale. And then we will again inhale through our right nostril, hold, and release your left nostril while plugging your right one and exhale. And we're just going to keep going like that for a couple of minutes. So inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Hold, exhale. Come back to seating for a few moments, breathing normally through both of your nostrils. And we're going to come to our first pose, which is our long-legged butterfly. And in other yoga classes, you may have been instructed to bring your feet really close to your pelvis, and that's just not what we're going for today. So we're going to extend our legs out into a diamond shape and we're just going to begin to fold over. So again, you can put your arms underneath your legs or put a bolster on top of your legs, kind of long ways onto your feet. Whichever way is comfortable for you. You can also just put your arms in between your legs, but I like to go underneath. And we're just going to come to our first edge, which is the place where we naturally stop. And we're just going to hold here for time. So Yin Yoga has 3 principles, which I kind of just explained, but I'll go over again. So we are going to come to our first edge, first and foremost. And again, that's just a place where we just naturally stop. And then we're going to be still and hold for time. If you are invited by your body to go deeper, that is always an option. But you don't want to force anything or go too deep too fast, because you could cause some damage to your tissues, and it's just not what we want. So we're just going to breathe here for a few more moments, and if you find your mind start to wander, that's okay. Just bring it back to the breath. And I'll remind you of that a few times throughout the practice, because it is in the nature of mind to wander. And the more we can just bring it back, the more we can notice and bring it back, the deeper into the meditative practice of Yin Yoga we'll be able to get over time. If you're feeling any sort of tingling or burning or electricity, that is a sign that you've gone too deep and you might just want to ease up a little bit. Start to come out just by pushing the floor away slowly and rolling back onto your hips to release your legs. And you might just want to give them a little shake out, wiggle them around a little bit, or maybe do a windshield wipe, which is what I really like to do because it gives a really nice internal and external rotation at the same time. Our next pose, which is going to be our half butterfly. So bring your left leg into your hips and extend your right leg. And to begin, you can do a little bit of a twist. So put your left leg on the outside of your right leg and just twist your body over to the back just for a moment before we lean or fold over the legs. And we'll be here for just a minute or so, and then we'll add a side bend. come down to where we naturally stop. We don't want to force anything or force ourselves to go too deep to where we might potentially hurt our body. So we're going to come back up and just kind of get into our side a little bit. So we're going to bring our left arm up and over. And if you can grab your foot, that's great. You don't have to. We don't want to go too deep. We just want to go to where we feel something. And you can either have your right arm in front of you or behind your leg. It's up to you, whatever feels good in your own body. And you just want to make sure that you're not dumping in the chest. So make sure that your arm is able to push your body up a little bit, just so you don't collapse in the chest. And we're just going to hold here for time. And again, we just want to get lost in our breath. And if you're finding that this is too much, you can just fold over your leg a little bit and wait until we join you in the next pose. We are going to come up right now though. And before we go to the other side, you might want to do a tabletop or do another windshield wipe, any sort of counter pose that feels good to you in your body, anything that you're being called to do. And we are just going to go to the other side now and bring your right leg into your hips and extend your left. And again, we're going to start just by folding over our legs. And if you want to do the side twist again, you can do that before, but not necessary. We're just going to fold over and go to the place again where we naturally stop. And do the side bend. So straighten out your hips and bring your right arm over towards your foot and again try not to collapse in the chest and just reach to where your body naturally stops. again, if you find your mind starting to wander, just bring it back to the breath. And the breath is actually going to help you to go deeper into these poses without causing any harm to your body, as long as your body opens up enough to do it. Going to start to come back up and do another windshield wipe or tabletop. Again, whatever counter pose you feel called to or feels good in your own body. And we're going to come into our next pose. So come to your hands and feet, make sure you have enough room. And we're going to come into our Sphinx pose. So we're going to lay down on our stomachs, and you really want to make sure that, if this is accessible to you, that your elbows are right below your shoulders, but if you need, you can extend them just if the compression in your back is too much. And a little bit later I'll show you some ways you can go deeper. We just don't want to go too deep too fast. So one way you can go a little bit deeper, if you feel like you're called to it, you can just lift your feet up, and that will increase the compression just a little bit in your back. And if you like, you can also use a bolster as well to kind of prop yourself up and give yourself a little bit more height that you wouldn't get with just your arms. But if you don't feel called to that, you don't have to do that. You can also either have your head down or bring it up, depending on how it feels in your own body. So I'm going to go ahead and get my bolster. Just, again, it gives me more height than I would be able to get without it, and it just puts a perfect amount of compression in my spine. to start to come back out. So if you're using a bolster, just push it away, lower your legs, and we're just going to bring our head down to the mat. And whatever way you face your head, bring that knee up beside you just to release your back even more. And we'll just be here for a few moments. And we're going to come up and go into our next pose. So we're going to come back up to our hands and knees, and we're going to be going into bleeding heart pose or melting heart pose or puppy pose. We just really want to make sure while we're doing this that our hips stay above our knees, and then we're going to bring our body down. So you can either have your forehead touching the mat or your chin touching the mat. Our ultimate goal is to get our chest to touch the mat. And again, we don't want to go too deep, so if you're not there right now, that's okay. You're exactly where you need to be. And we'll just be here for a couple of minutes, so just get lost in your breath. Pose can be kind of intense, so if it is not proven helpful in your body, you can go ahead and come out and just lay down until we go on to the next pose. We are going to start to come out now though. We're just going to slide forward and lay our head down on the mat, and putting your forehead on your hands will feel really good here. And we're going to come back to our Sphinx pose. So we are going to come back to wherever we ended the first time around. And then if your body invites you to go deeper, I'll show you another way that you can get some more compression in your spine. So if you feel like you're called to go deeper, there is another pose you can try. It's called the seal, and so you'll just extend your arms out to whatever degree feels good in your own body. So this pose is called the seal because in the full pose, you'll come up with your hands near your hips and you will look like a seal. But you don't have to go that deep. It's not about what you look like. Again, I just like to use the bolster, so it's just whatever your body needs. These are just some other options. We're going to begin to come back out again, and whatever way you faced the first time, we're going to do the opposite. So I faced the right the first time, so I'll be doing the left if you're following along with me. And again, just bring that leg up beside your body, whichever way you're facing. Bring that leg up just to release your spine a bit more. Start to come into our next pose. So we're going to have to flip over and we're going to start to get into our side body with this pose, so it'll be really nice. So come back to a comfortable laying position and put your body on the left side of your mat and grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull it over to the right corner of your mat. And then just make sure that your body stays on the left side of your mat, and then start to lock your ankles together on the right side of the mat. So you want your body to look like a banana. And if you can either put your left leg on the bottom or the top, but I like it better on the top because it kind of locks you in, and then you don't have to worry about trying to stay in the pose. Your body just does it for you. So get in a comfortable position, make sure your body looks like a banana, and get lost in your breath. And again, if your mind starts to wander, just come back to the breath. And we're going to begin to come out, and we're going to bring our knees into our chest, and you can either circle them or just give yourself a little hug, whatever feels best for you. And we can shimmy our body over to the right side of our mat and go into the other side. So we are going to grab our left wrist with our right hand and bring it over to the left corner of your mat, and bring your legs over to the left corner of your mat as well, while keeping your body on the right side. And again, you can hook your legs by putting your right leg on top of your left or under it. Again, I like the locked in feeling of the leg being on top, but that is completely up to you. And we're just going to get lost in our breath. to start to come back out. And again, just bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, or you can do little circles or big circles. Separate your legs and do circles, just massaging your tailbone, whatever feels good for you. We're going to start coming into our next pose by putting our right leg over our left leg, and if you can, hooking your right foot under your calf, and if not, you just do what works. And then we're going to bring our legs over to the left side while we're facing the right. So we want our shoulders to definitely be touching the ground, and if that means that your knees float, then you can put a bolster or a blanket underneath just to allow you to relax without having to hold your legs up. So we're just going to be here for a few minutes and just get lost in your breath. To start to come back out just by returning to center, unwrapping your roots, and we'll just go right to the other side by bringing our left leg over our right leg. And again, if you can hook, perfect, let's do that. If not, you do what works. And bring your legs to the right side while you face the left side. So if you want, you can extend your arm or put it in a cactus, or just rest it on your rib cage while your other arm rests on your knees. And again, we want our knees to be touching the ground if possible. If not, they're supported by a bolster or a blanket, and your shoulders should be touching the ground. And we're just going to get lost in our breath. And we're going to begin to come out and come back to center and prepare for our final pose, everyone's favorite, Shavasana. So if you get a little cold or you just want some extra security and comfort, I definitely recommend grabbing a blanket. And so we'll get all covered up here and start to come into the pose. So have your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, and your feet can fall out to the sides. You don't need to keep them straight or anything. We're going for max relaxation. So we're going to come down, and again, feet a little bit wider than hips distance. If you want some extra support for your knees, you can put a bolster under your legs. Otherwise, we'll just start to get into the pose. We're really going for relaxation here. So we really want to find where we hold the tension and mindfully release it. So release your eyebrows in between them. Release your jaw, your shoulders. Just let go of all of your tension. And relax your spine, where we did so much amazing work today. your hips, your knees, all the way down to your toes. Just a full body of mindful relaxation. And here we can really get lost in our breath. begin to bring some movement back into our fingers and our toes. Maybe start to circle your wrists and ankles. Just bringing awareness back to the body. Maybe giving ourselves a big stretch and rolling over to our left side. Maybe using your arm as a pillow and just taking a moment to come back to the body. And we can come back up and sit together for the last few moments, just in quiet contemplation, really noticing how much different your body feels, how much better your body feels. And I hope that you are feeling relaxed and ready to go to bed or face the rest of your day. We're going to take one last inhale together and stretch up and bring your hands down in prayer position in front of your heart. And thank yourself for taking this time out of your day to do something good for your mind and for your body. Thank you so much for practicing with me again, and I hope to see you next time on the mat. Thank you so much, and namaste.